Drinking beer with Don. This is the first episode. Going to do the first beer. Quickly recap. Cascadia and I put together this year's Advent calendar. I did it at the local Cascadia in News Bay. And David and Jared each picked 8 beer. I picked 8 beer. Had a great time doing it. Now we're going to do the first beer. So I cannot claim to be surprised. And in fact, I remember I personally picked this one. What is it? It's called a Chocolate Mint Winter Beeracle. You know, like Miracle, a Beeracle? It's from Dead Frog Brewery in Langley, British Columbia. And in fact, I did a bit of research on the interweb. It's not the first year they do this beer, but it is seasonal. It's a small batch beer. It's listed as 6.1% alcohol, 34 IBU. But we'll see, because that really doesn't mean much. It depends what the flavor is going to be. The brewery goes on to say, and this is fun, every winter brings with it a new beeracle. A celebration of all good things winter. Complex beers, warm fires, close family, and good friends. I mean, that's a great description of any beer, I suppose. But it goes on to say, this year's beeracle is a warm winter ale with rich chocolate malts, cocoa nibs, and a burst of mint. And in fact, they go on to list 4 or 5 different malts in it, so it's quite a few, including chocolate, Chateau Monastique, Munich, honey, something called Turo. I'm not a beer expert. I don't know what malt from the next, but I know what I like. So let's give it a shot. Yep. Oh, it definitely smells chocolate and mint right away. Right away. It's gonna be interesting. Look how dark that is. This is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be good. I hope. I poured it just a little too quickly. Okay, note to self, don't leave the pouring of the beer in every episode. It takes too long. But here we go. It's a beautiful color, rich creamy head, and it right away, especially mint. So let's give it a shot. It smells better than it tastes. It's a little bitter. Definitely lots of malt going on. I wouldn't call this a warm flavor. Like I said, a rich chocolate. Yeah, I can taste the chocolate. I'm gonna pour a bit more here. I mean, it's got some complexity to it for sure. There's something going on in the background. It's nice, but is it great? I'm not there yet. I don't want to situate it too high. It's the first beer of the calendar. In my mind, I thought it was going to be a little more wintry, a little more warm, a little more seasonal, a little more spicy. It's not any of those things. It tastes like an average stout with a bitterness, a bit of a chew, a bit of creaminess. So it's going to be an okay beer. I would drink this if somebody gave it to me. I'm going to give it around a 7.7. 7.7 is my score. All right, I'm back. It's still day 1. A new rule, because I noticed this last time. As I drink the beer, my impression of it changes. And I've been drinking this while I'm typing up my notes, and I'm liking it more. I don't know why, it's growing on me. I mean, there's definitely the strong mint presence and the chocolate, but the chocolate mint grows more and more, like it's almost a Christmas candy. So, maybe they shouldn't have called it a winter ale, or they should have called it a Christmas ale, because I think of Christmas with the mint and the chocolate. So I'm going to put this into good beer territory. And from now on, I'm going to at least drink half the glass before I give you my final rating. This is an 8.0. Aha! See? My rules, I can do this. Cheers. December 2nd, beer number 2. It's from a collaboration between Ace Brewery in Courtenay and Small Gods Brewing in Sydney, both in British Columbia. I spent the whole day putting up Christmas lights today. It's looking great, but I'm not done. It really does take 2 full days for me to get those lights up, but that's a side story. So here's what we're talking about. We've got something called a Forbidden Territory Nelson IPA. 6.5% alcohol, so a bit on the strong side. IBUs are not available, but it's an IPA. So it will be a little hoppy, I think. And in fact, the brewing notes says this. This IPA is brewed exclusively with hand-selected Lots of early and late harvest Nelson Sauvin hops to express bold hop flavors, in addition to their Nelson hop keef for aromatic intensity. Expect loads of passion fruit, guava, and nectarine from the hop bomb of a brew. So yeah, I get the impression it's all about the hops, which has me a little afeared because I'm not a big fan of IPAs. And like crazy 2, 3, 5, even 10 years ago, it was this phase where every IPA was outdoing itself to be the hoppiest in the world. But oddly enough, I was at Cascadia a couple days ago, or a few days ago, and the representative for Ace said, this is not, that whatever they've done doesn't taste that hoppy. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's give it a shot. I smell citrus. I smell hops. I smell something else very nice, pleasant, nice head, cloudy. Let's give it a shot. Oh, I like this. It is very flavorful. The rep wasn't wrong. I wasn't expecting a hazy IPA, but it's got a really creamy, smooth mouthfeel on it. It's balanced. It's got the citrus. My palate's not good enough to find all those fruit that the label mentions, but it is definitely good, and it has a nice, light, fruity sensation. It would make a great quaffing beer in the summer, I think, notwithstanding it's 6.5%. Oh, I'm really liking this. Oh yeah. Right. I still like it. I don't think I've changed my opinion of it from before. Additional sipping did not give it extra something. But I still really like it a lot. So, it's a very good beer. 8.7. I will definitely go and get more of these. Really like them. Cheers. Beer number 3, December 3rd. And today's beer is brought to you by Storm Brewing Limited out of Vancouver, British Columbia. So the beer is a banana cream pie wheat ale, which sounds pretty good. Sounds like a good start. There is nothing I could find on the website nor the can to describe what this is. It's a 5% alcohol wheat ale. Now, there were notes about the brewery itself, which is a little interesting. It goes on to say, Storm Brewing is proud to be Vancouver's longest running craft brewery and is hailed as a must-visit destination by craft beer fans worldwide. Oh, that sounds good hype. And it goes on to say, our beer is unfiltered to ensure more flavor, unpasteurized, and naturally produced without the aid of chemical treatments, additives, or preservatives. So obviously this is their shtick. Cool. They like to do a pretty natural beer. Well, without further ado, let's have this puppy. I smell bananas and hops. Now, interestingly enough, this is not hazy like the last one. It's only got a mild cloudiness to it. The bananas are there. I can smell, and it smells nice. There is a banana bread beer out of England that I quite like as well. So I wonder if this is going to be like that. Let's find out. Nope, not like that. My first impression is it's got a mild banana and it's fighting the rest of the beer flavor. So I need to have a few more sips, I think. It's definitely not sweet. I don't get the cream yet. It might take a few more sips. Relatively light in body. Not complex. In fact, it's quite a simple tasting beer. If it weren't for the banana, I'd say this is a quaffable everyday beer. Touch of bitterness, which makes me think there might be some hop loading to it. The banana is very mild. I'm not sure what they're aiming for. I'm going to have to keep sipping this and I'll get back to you. The more I sip it, the less I like it. I was thinking mid-7s. I'm not even there anymore. In a nutshell, it can't make up its mind what it wants to be. It's got a fizziness to it and an edge that it actually go nicely with a German beer, but at the same time, it's claimed to be a wheat ale, not getting much wheat, not getting much cream, not getting much mouthfeel. It's really, it's not doing what I think it should do. So sorry guys, sorry Storm, I've had others of your beer and I really like them. This one's just not in the game. 7.1. Write that down. Tomorrow is another day. Here we are, December 4th, beer number 4. I should pull it out of the fridge here. Right. So, this is going to be an exciting one for me, I think. The brewery is Winterlong Brewing Company out of Whitehorse, Yukon Territories. So cool, I haven't had one of their beer before. It's called a Divine Caffeination. Oh, it's listed as a Belgian triple with coffee. Now, beer and coffee, two of my favorite things in the world. So this is already off to a good start. 8.5% alcohol. The beer notes and the website say it's beer to barrel, barrel to bean, bean to beer. I guess it means they're in a circular thing. And it goes on to say, this fun little experiment involved aging Ethiopian Yirgacheffe coffee beans for 3 months in freshly dumped bourbon barrels that previously held our Divine Intervention, which is a barrel-aged triple. So the barrel-aged beans were then lightly roasted and added to a brand new beer. The complex, fruity, and floral nature of the coffee varietal is enhanced with vanilla and caramel notes from the barrel aging, which in turn complements the fruity and spicy Belgian beer base. Well, I'm excited. So let's do this. Belgian triple and coffee. Unless they've messed this up, this is going to be good. Oh, I can smell coffee. Should have probably poured it a little more slowly, but look at that. Nice, rich, creamy head. Nice, clear, almost clear, golden color. I do smell coffee and just a touch of hops. Wow. It does not disappoint. It's sweet as a Belgian ale triple should be. And its coffee flavor is strong but not overpowering, if that makes sense. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. It's almost like drinking a fine, almost like a cocktail. It's really not quite like a regular beer. I'm getting a bit of floral notes. What did they say it was going to be? Fruity and floral. I couldn't tell you which flower. I'm not sure it's complex. I don't taste a lot going on. I just taste sweet, rich coffee, which does not disappoint. The more I drink this, the more I think this is an exceptional beer. It is, if I were to close my eyes, or if I didn't know, I'd say it is an actual Belgian ale. It's sweet. It reminds me of a Lef on steroids, because it's even more. A lot of Belgian beer are not sweet, but some of them are, and this is on the sweet side. And then the coffee flavor, it just keeps building and building, but not overpowering. It's just rich, smooth, sweet. This is a wonderful Belgian beer. So it's definitely a great beer. I'm going back to Cascadia and buying more of these before they run out. 9.3. I really, really, really like this beer. So it's raised the bar. This brings to a close the first 4 beer this episode of Drinking Beer with Don. Hope you enjoyed it. Had some really good beer, some not so sure what it was trying to do beer, and then finishing off with good day 4 beer. Yeehaw. So stay tuned. 4 more days, there will be the next 4 beer. Cheers.